How a love bomber will use tactics to manipulate you. One of the ways that a manipulator, especially a person that typically love bombs, is usually finding ways to mirror you based on identifying a common ground with you. Which ways that they would do this will find things to find similar interests and find a way to relate with you, so therefore you can build a certain chemistry. Now, I talked about this in videos on how people tend to make decisions based on vibe and chemistry. But these things are not enough to sustain yourself with a relationship long term with someone who is just simply looking to find a way to emotionally manipulate you for the long term of their control access to your life. They will find things on trying to find a way to get to know your family, getting close to your children, or just simply just finding a way to move on very fast. Even in some cases, even try to even move in with you if you have your own place. These are things that you want to really consider because, again, if you're just getting to know a person, time reveals all in terms of the characteristic of what a person will eventually reveal in their true nature. Oftentimes, how they do this is to try to get you emotionally invested with them. So once they got you hooked emotionally, then the characteristics of who they are tend to switch off. Now, unfortunately, in most cases, and I don't like to use genders in a lot of ways, but a lot of times women especially get taken advantage of the most in this particular way because, again, especially if you're a hopeful romantic or someone who has an empathic personality, this type of tactic from an individual would typically use these very characteristics by finding common ground with you in order to get access to you physically, get access to you emotionally, especially with using, if you have children, to get even befriend with the children, so therefore you can emotionally get hooked with them in order for them to gain control and access to your life. This is why I encourage people to really take your time to really get to know a person, because the true colors of a person, especially under pressure, can definitely reveal all in due time. But the only way you can be able to do that is having a platonic relationship with a person where it's not an access point of you simply giving yourself emotionally or physically with a person, but ultimately getting the chance to get to know them at face value as a friend. So therefore you can be able to understand if this is a potential mate that you want to have into your life. Something to think about. Aquarius, Beverly, cultivate love. God bless.